Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the UDES 14-5. It's a tier 8 Swedish medium tank. It's located on the south spawn of Prokhorovka, and this one is under the command of Bert the Derp. Now, Bert the Derp actually is Hungarian, and he served in the Hungarian Armed Forces. And somewhere on the net there's a picture of him inside a T-55 tank, or at least I think it was a T-55. He certainly served in the armed forces and was a tanker. So be interested to see how he gets on in this Swedish medium tank. Now the UDES 14-5 does have hydropneumatic suspension, which enables it to be capable of kneeling and getting better gun depression on the enemy. In fact, it's got 12 degrees of gun depression, and if he's got the top gun, he's got the 105mm. The standard gun, or stock gun, is a 90mm, but he's got the 105, and that's capable of 360 alpha, penetrating 217 with standard APCR, and with the premium one, it goes through 253mm. So you notice how quick he is to get up this hill. Yeah, considering this thing doesn't have well, it doesn't have phenomenal speed, but it does have fairly good acceleration. And that's how he's managed to get up to this far side and get shots on this Jagdpanther before he's even in position. Low roll there. The Jagdpanther doesn't know what to do because he's kind of caught. Oh, and yeah, unfortunately we didn't spot the Lorraine until it was too late. And his 100mm gun has just punched a hole through us. 298. And Arty's paying attention. In fact, both Arty and the one landed a hit. That was the M12. The GW managed to land around nearby, and the Progetto's just seen to that to the VK3002M, and now Bert is coming into action. He's going after the KB3, gets one into the engine bay. Unfortunately, we lost the Progetto because we couldn't actually go over at the time we wanted to because of that artillery strike. And of course, those artillery are probably just reloaded or about to reload and shoot again. So, considering both of them fired in this direction, it's a very good likelihood that they will try again. And oh dear, our fellow player just lost his head. He got a shot into the Lorraine 40 ton for 346. Yep, we lost the budgie. And two shots into us from a Progetto 46 and a Progetto 54. So he's down to minimal hit points now. Only 135 left out of the 1,400 he started with. And yes, the Hummel has to speak up as well. And there's one more round landing. He's stunned. He's now only got 7 hit points left. But you can see even that flat armor's deflected at least one shell. And he's doing the correct thing here, which is when you've got that minimal hit points left, you should retreat.
Watch out!
And get the hell out of here as quickly as possible. And he's giving a warning to his teammates to get the hell out. The enemy's got the hill. There's no point in him trying to defend the hill with only 7 hit points. He'd be dead in one shot. So effectively he's saying to the teammates, get out of here quick. Retreat. That M44 should... Yeah, he's coming. Good job too. If he didn't come over here, he would be dead very, very shortly because they're coming over the hill mob-handed. That was an unfortunate set of circumstances to actually get hit by 2 artillery rounds just as the Progetto went over, because there was no way that Bert could actually help him once he'd committed. And that GW needs to fall back as well. And he's good. He's given him a warning. He's just too close to the edge there. He needs to be a little further in behind some of the bushes, otherwise he won't be able to shoot. Now, one of the good things about this tank is its camo qualities. It does have reasonably good camo qualities, so long as Bert is actually hidden in these bushes here, it's going to be difficult for the enemy to spot him unless they get really close. And of course, they're going to have to get past that killing ground before they can do that. And of course, he can spot for his teammates being right at the edge here, so if they go near the cap, he's going to see it. Now the UDES 14-05 was a blueprint tank, so it never actually existed, but it was developed by Bofors, the famous Swedish manufacturer. Of course, their designs for guns actually were used throughout World War II, and in fact are still being used to this day. I know because I've actually fired a Bofors gun for real. Yes, there was one of them on one of the warships I was on, and I actually got to fire at a flare in the sky to try and knock it out of the sky. Oh dear, we've got an A46 coming in from the north. We get a shot. Yes, good kill shot too. Now he wasn't spotted. The enemy tank we were spotting as well, the P-43 Biz has gone down. Despite the fact that the enemy does have 3/4 of the battlefield at the moment, we actually do have a fairly good defensive position here. And now the Progetto, he's crossed the battlefield, he's ignoring the cap and he's just coming straight forward, which is a bad move because he is going to go down, no doubt about it. Yep, he's gone. Bad decision by that Progetto. And this T-34 is about to play as well. He's gone. They're gradually getting their hit points back. They're still outnumbered 2-1 on hit points. But you can see Bert is quite happy sitting here in the bushes at the moment. I think that was just sniper mode on the dead tank, which is why it produced that funny looking view. Ah, Lorraine 40 ton, the guy who hit him earlier in the game, up at the centre line. Can we get a shot? Yes! And he got the kill! Well, that's some payback at least. What's that Scorpion doing? He's in the bowl. Okay, that bowl area on the west of Prokhorovka. You can hide in that bowl, but if you pop up every now and then to see what's going on, but it is very dangerous popping up because you might get wiped out. He's found the T-29. He pulls back to use the bush mechanic. Unfortunately, there's a rise in the ground there, so he can't get shots. Now he can. Trying to go for the... No, didn't get that one in, but he did spot some damage from one of his teammates. There goes the Scorpion. Horrendous mistake by the Scorpion. Although he got a kill, he's now dead meat. Yeah. There's only 2 tanks now facing 6 opponents. 5 opponents. His SU-100 teammate is still full health. And I think that... he notices that there is a possibility they can actually benefit out of this. Even though the enemy Arty is trying to get shots, the SU-100 just pumps around into the T-29. Now, can he do the same? Yes! 5 kills now for Bert the Turp. Okay, he's headed north. Now, the thing is that so long as the SU-100 stays there to cover the cap, he might be able to go north, kill the enemy Arty, because there's 3 of them. And that just leaves 1 tank on the enemy team, which is their KV-3. And you remember, he's hit the KV-3 once before. In fact, now the enemy has only got 1,850 hit points. But mind you, they've only got 283, with Bert only having 7 of those. He is a smash kill for the enemy Arty, so he could be wiped out with a single shot. But if he can get north and find the enemy Arty, a GW Panther, an M12 and a Hummel, then he can pay them back for all the shots they fired at him while he was on the hill, and he might be able to win the game. Well, the SU-100's coming with him, and that to me sounds like a smart move. And they found one of them, and it's the GW, and he takes a hit, but he probably can't see. And there's the SU-100 getting a kill. Will he get a Pascuchis? And he says thanks. Okay, move up. Who's going to be the first to find the enemy Arty? Oh, he's found another one. The Hummel. He's in the open. What does he think he's doing? Bush mechanic applied, and he gets the kill. That's his top gun. So what a turnaround this is now. So it's 2 versus 2 now, with Bert the Derps having the advantage, because now they potentially can take out the enemy Arty, and that will just leave the KV3, and remember, he is vulnerable. Now they're just going to have a quick check over here just to make sure that he's not hiding in the corner, because you can sometimes do that. If you go silent and you sit in the corner, nobody can see you. But no, he's not over there, which means he's probably over the other side of the railway line, or he's headed south already. Now it'd be a very bad move for the enemy if they were to start capping at this point, because Bert has got the speed to get to the other side and reset the cap. He's trying to tell the SU-100 not to go any further. Oh, he's found the M12 and he finishes him off, and that means the SU-100's got a Pascucci's and 5 kills. So now they need to platoon if they can, because that would be a crucial contribution and a brothers in arms for certain if they kill the KV3. Now, there's a distinct possibility that KV3 has tried to follow them, but they're both going south at the same time. Come on guys, platoon. It's really going to put the wind up at the KV3 driver if he's suddenly got 2 guys platooned coming towards him, because he realises if they're good enough to get a top gun, they're more than likely going to be able to take him out. And we really need the SU-100 to get the kill shot on that KV3, so they both end up with a top gun and they both get the crucial contribution award. I think they're so wrapped up in the battle they've forgotten either that or he's tried to platoon and the other guy won't allow it. That sometimes does happen. People just won't platoon. They just don't like to platoon. Bert's trying to stay in the bushes so he's not spotted at any time. And he went out the bushes there briefly for a moment from one side and he wasn't seen. So I don't think he's down this end. I think he's up on the hill, or... Yep, that's what they're indicating now. They think he's near the railway line or he's up on the hill. Trouble is, if Bert goes out into the open, there's a fairly good chance the KV3 would get a shot on him. And, well, he would wipe him out with one shot regardless if he pens. So he's actually using this ridgeline to get across, taking a chance here, but he does it. The SU-100 coming down the railway line. Now, if they're going to cap, they need to do so now, get up the other end quickly, but the SU-100 is not going to be quick. I hope this isn't going to end up as a draw. There's the 2-minute warning. And there he is. He's right down at the end now. Can Bert get a shot in that will actually disable him? No, he didn't. Okay, the SU-100 got a hit. Now we need the SU-100 to get the kill. Oh, he died. So unfortunate, and the KV3 knows that Bert is up this end. He's firing blind in there now. Trouble is that KV3 driver probably knows that Bert is low on hit points. He only has to read the top of the screen if he can actually read it. The new battle totals will say 7 hit points, and he'll realise that Bert can't afford to take a shot at all, because if he does he'll die and it's too late for him to cap out. No, he can't see him. He's going to have to get close. And to do that, he would have to take a risk and go across the battlefield. And the KV3 is going to get an open shot on him if he does that. It's too late for him to go up to the centre line, cut across and then come back down again. Oh, he got a blind kill! And he wins the game with 26 seconds left on the clock with a blind kill into the KV3 hiding in the corner. What a great game that was. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. What a fantastic turnaround that was. They were deeply at a disadvantage at one point in the battle, and now they turned it all around and Bert gets the winning shot. It would have been nice if it had been the SU-100 and they both platooned, because then it would have been a crucial contribution. But as it was still a fantastic result, considering that Bert was only on 7 hit points for virtually all of the battle, losing most of it on the hill. Let's have a look at the score. Well, he managed to get a first-class tanker in that game, a spotter medal for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage, a hand of God for surviving the battle, having received damage from 4 different enemies, a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle. He actually got a Spartan medal. He bounced around when he had less than 10% of his hit points left, as well as a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills, and of course getting the final shot that killed the enemy and got him 7 kills in total in this game, and won the game for his team. He said, never give up, no matter the situation. Exactly, yeah. If something looks really bad and you've got very low hit points, retreat and regroup and actually get to a position where you can turn the tables on the enemy. And they did that with spades. They actually stopped the enemy from getting at the cap. The enemy had to come across the killing ground to get to them, and that was their undoing, because there's a huge amount of space in which you can shoot the enemy as they're trying to get at you, and it really worked in their favour. Let's have a look at the team scores. He didn't get the highest damage in the game. In fact, that was the SU-100 who got wiped out by the KV3. 3,554 hit points of damage. The next high scorer being Bert Desert with 2,709, followed by the Progetto 46 on the enemy team with 2,388. In the highest number of kills was Bert the Derp. Of course, he got 7 kills, just under half the enemy team. 5 kills went to the SU-100, 3 kills went to the Scorpion, the M12 on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, it's the SU-100 who did the best, but not by much. 1,272 went to the SU-100, 1,234 went to Bert the Derp. And let's have a look at the detail. 19 shots fired, 12 direct hits, 11 penetrations. It's a decent gun. Just get it on target and it normally does the business. 1 splash as well. Damage of 2,709 hit points, of which 1,099 were at more than 300 meters. 4 hits received, 3 penetrations, 1 non-penetration, and 3 hits by way of splash damage. I'm afraid the armor on this UDES 14 Alt 5 is very, very thin. The hull's only got 35mm at the front and the sides, and on the turret you've only got 66mm at the front and 30 on the sides. It's really, really thin armor indeed, but it's just very well angled, and that's why normally it will actually deflect shots, but Arty shots, well, no, it doesn't deflect them, it actually lets them in because it's so thin. And therefore you want to avoid being hit by Arty at all costs, because if you are, they're more than likely to get a penetration and they'll probably get a full roll, which means that you end up getting wiped out almost with 1 round. He blocked damage of 240 hit points, spotted 5 enemy vehicles, damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 7, and did 1,639 hit points of spotting assist. On a premium count, he earned 30,271 credits from the game, got 105,000 from personal mission payout, and after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, took away 118,750 credits for the game. 1,234 XP times 2 for the first victory, 1,851 from personal reserves, took away 5,553 experience points altogether. I guess the fate of the SU-100 was sealed at the moment that Bert bounced that round. He aimed for the turret of the KV3, which is probably not the weakest spot on the vehicle. In fact, if he'd actually aimed for the hull, I think he had a better chance of penetrating that than going for the turret. But I think at that moment the fate of the SU-100 was sealed, because if Bert had actually penetrated, I think when the SU-100 fired the very next moment, he would have got the kill shot. But as it was, yeah, I'm afraid the KV3 managed to get a shot in after the SU-100 fired. finished off the SU-100, made it very difficult for Bert the Derp, but he never gave up. Even at that point in the game, he wasn't going to give up and say, okay, well, I accept a draw. He couldn't go up to the centre line. There wasn't enough time for him to go up there and come down the tree line and try and find him the same way he went after the Arty on the west side of the map. So he had to just try and blind fire the bushes and see, was there any chance that he might get him? And boy, was he lucky. I suggest he ought to buy a lottery ticket after that shot because, yeah, you never know, your luck might be in. So fantastic game by Bert the Derp. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.